So who narked about the plans of the Z team getting the Astral Pulse, and is it true that at the end of the game, is Robert going to die in that suit? First off, let me start by saying I was wrong about Invisigirl being the mole. At the time when we had the first 4 episodes, I firmly believed it was her. But seeing the new evidence in the 2 new episodes, she was not the one to tell Shroud about anything about the Astral Pulse or anything like that. She is not the spy. But who is the spy then? Some people believe it's still someone on the Z team, but I don't think that's really true. And you know what? Let's actually go through each and every one of them to kind of show that it's probably none of them that are the mole. First up is Flambe. Next up is Prism, and there's one reason why I firmly believe it's not her. Prism is an influencer. She has 1.3 million followers. You think a supervillain who wants to keep everything secret would hire an influencer? Malevola. It was actually Malevola's idea for Sonar and her to actually join SDN, so I don't think it's her. Gollum. If you really think it's Gollum, I can't help you. Waterboy. If you really think it's Waterboy, I really can't help you. Punch Up. Now, there's actually a prequel comic that shows him and Coupier dating for quite a while, and they said that they actually broke up before the events of the game. Now, in the timeline of the game, when they broke up, we're never actually told, but I don't think Punch Up is the mole. And that's because in that same comic, Punch Up was living in a, what looked like to be a rundown apartment. Not to mention, during one of the calls, you can actually send Punch Up to talk to a retired superhero who's depressed and doesn't really know what to do. And Punch Up actually relates to him. So I really do think that Punch Up is not the mole. Coupe. And I'm going to say this right now, I'm very sorry. I just caught myself saying Coupier. I don't know why. But her name is Coupe. Okay, I got it now. Now, there's 2 reasons why I don't think she's the mole. 1, having a highly infamous assassin be part of SDN would draw a lot of eyes on her. Not to mention, if she kind of, was disappeared one day, it would kind of raise up a lot of questions. And second, at the bar, she could have accidentally let something slip. I mean, she was the most hammered out of everybody at the bar. She was literally throwing up. So I'm pretty sure at some point in time, she would have let it slip. Sonar. Now, if you didn't actually cut Sonar, he's actually very grateful that you didn't cut him. And honestly, I think he is actually very glad to still be on the Z team if you didn't cut him. So I very much believe that he's not the mole. And if you did cut him, I don't think he would really care about the plan to get the Astral Pulse. So, yeah. Royd. Now, honestly, if Shroud had Royd working for him, I don't think they would actually need the Mecha Man Astral Pulse, especially since Royd almost perfectly recreated it. But why have him be a mole for SDN instead of have him be at his own lab recreating the Astral Pulse? And finally, the last person on this list, Blonde Laser. And a lot of evidence kind of does point to her being the mole. She's not jealous of Rob and Invisigirl's relationship, and she doesn't really seem to care that they're dancing with each other. Instead of getting the Astral Pulse that night, she suggests to get it tomorrow. Not to mention, all of the villains showed up at that shipyard knowing where the Astral Pulse was. Not to mention, it does kind of seem like she might be Shroud's daughter, because it's shown that in an older photo, he has brown hair like hers and blue eyes like hers. And I do think Blonde Blazer likes Robert. And I think that's because Robert can treat her like Mandy, not like Blonde Blazer. But in that same breath, it really feels like she's trying to win over his love and attention and kind of keep him busy so that way Shroud can look for the Astral Pulse. So yeah, unfortunately, I firmly believe Mandy is the mole. So in the beginning of the video, I asked the question, will Mecha Man die? Yes, I firmly believe at the end of the game, Mecha Man will die. But Robert will live. What I mean by this is like in that episode where Batman had finally confronted Joe Chill. And you know what? I might just play the video.
is beaten. Let your devotion to justice temper your rage.
He took your parents, ruined your life. Fulfill your destiny. Become what you have trained to be, an agent of vengeance. He knows who you are. If this man lives, Batman dies.
Batman may die, but Bruce Wayne... never.
So yeah, I firmly believe that Robert's gonna destroy the Mecha Man suit as well as the Astral Pulse alongside with Shroud. And I do think that he's just gonna live life as a dispatcher. But I do think that SDN is gonna give him another suit. It's not gonna be the Mecha Man suit, it's gonna be a completely new suit. And he's gonna go by a new name, presumably one that either Invisigal or Blonde Blazer will give him, which depends on who you pick. But that's it for me, guys. Everything I said in this video is just from what I see, from what I hear, and from like anybody else's comments, either here on YouTube or on TikTok. But let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. And don't forget to like and subscribe.